Hello, people. Welcome on this Friday evening. Hopefully, you can all see and hear me. I've not been having a lot of luck with the webinar jam recently. It's got my tunes on in the background tonight. It's going to be a good night. I got a feeling. Okay, cool. I can see that there are some people coming in the room. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know where you're coming in from. Because I want to know, are you in America? Judy Sanchez, hi Julie. Susan, hi, are you in the UK? Are you in Europe like me? Are you in Australia? Probably not, because it's pretty late over there. Guys, if you can, awesome, you can see and hear me. Nikki, hi, Joanne from Canada. Jocelyn and Milton Keynes, where I was born. Awesome. Spain, lovely. New Zealand. It's so good to see you guys. Just going to give it one more minute while people come into the room. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Abby from Florida. Tracy, hi. Awesome. So I've got an awesome evening of entertainment planned for you today. We're going to talk about goals. You've had a little run up with the blueprints. That's kind of like a run up to part of it. But the primary focus today is going to be on your goals. And it will be great for you to get a notepad and pen if you can. Have that handy, because I'm going to be asking you some questions about your goals as we go. And there are things that you might want to write down as well. You want to take lots of notes. There is a lot of subtleties and hidden things inside of this. So I just want you guys to know that take plenty of notes and all will be well. Okay, it's great to see you guys. Hola, Janine in Mexico. Hola. Awesome. So I think we should get right to it, because we've only got a certain amount of time and I want to give you as much value as possible. So here's how it's going to work, people. I am going to do the presentation for you right now, and then at the end of the presentation, I'm going to go into a Q&A. So you can ask me anything you want at the end inside a Q&A. During the presentation, I'm going to screen share. I'm going to turn my camera off during this time to just keep my bandwidth as low as possible, so you get the best view your end of what's going on. So I'm really excited about this. Do please leave your questions in the chat. There's a moderator in here that's going to be marking those for me. So if you do have any that, as I'm going through, I will answer them at the end. But if they come to mind, like something comes to mind, just get it in there. Awesome. So if you just showed up, we're about to go into a presentation. Welcome. Have a wonderful evening. I hope you get a lot of value from this, and I shall see you on the other side. Guys, when you see the presentation, which I'm going to flick into now. Hey, Martha. Nice to see you. When you see the presentation, which I'm going to flick into now, and Stephanie, let me know on the chat. Because you are my eyes, you're my line of communication. I'm not sure what you can see. So please let me know in the chat as soon as you see the presentation. Hey, Pia. And here we go. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Maybe I can leave my camera on. If you're having a problem, let me know. But I'm going to try and leave my camera on. Hopefully this is going to work. So, this is so exciting. You're going to discover today how to turn your skills into scalable income with 3 online business blueprints, which I've sent you over the last few days. And if you haven't seen those blueprints, don't worry, because until the 14th, you will still have access to those. So you can still go back and watch them. But what we're going to focus on today is the simple goal hacking system for kissing overwhelm and procrastination goodbye forever, which I'm super excited about sharing this. This is kind of like something that I came up with myself, because I was like, I thought I was pretty good at hitting goals, but you know, like some of them I hit, some of them I didn't, some of the ones I really wanted and really pushed myself to hit, I didn't. And then some of the ones I was kind of like a little bit feeling like they were a little bit too easy. You know, I hit those and I was wondering whether they were, you know, like whether they were too easy. So I kind of figured it all out. And this is what I wanted to share with you on this presentation now. So today you're going to discover how to finally put an end to fading productivity, overwhelm, and loss of mojo, which I know a lot of us go through. So you can wake up feeling inspired and with a clear goal in sight every single day. Literally what I do. Explain this all, how it works. Here's my little clicker going. So for those of you who don't know me, if you're completely new to me, my name is Michelle Dale, and I want to share with you 3 things about me so we can get acquainted and then we're not strangers anymore. The first thing is I joined the VA industry in 2005, and it was from to have personal and professional freedom. It was one of those moments where I quit my job, my house on the market, booked a one-way ticket to Egypt, started my business there without a plan, and basically decided that that's how I wanted to live my life. I really wanted to work online, and I really wanted to have this kind of freedom-based lifestyle. So that's what happened in 2005. And then I created a multi-6-figure VA business from scratch, from a dial-up connection in a flat in Luxor, actually. And then I met my husband. I had 3 kids. I've lived in 7 countries with them, and we've traveled to other numerous countries in between. And I'm also the creator of One Sourcing, which is an alternative VA service. And I'm a serial goal reacher. I love goals. I'm a big, big believer in setting goals. For those of you who are kind of familiar with goals, to me, it's like, there are 2 ways of looking at this. You know, there is the left brain and the right brain. So the right brain might call this creation, or they might call it manifestation or law of attraction. But the left brain people, we call it goals, and we call it, you know, achievements and things like that. So what I want to do is kind of marry the 2 together with this kind of system that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But I believe I'm a serial goal reacher because of this system. So this is why I wanted to share it with you. So today you're going to learn the technique that will literally double your chances of succeeding in your new or existing online business spend. You'll get my top tips for hacking into your ability to achieve your goals, and the process of answering 4 simple questions, which I'll walk you through, like how you can accurately gauge your ability to succeed immediately. It's quite powerful. Literally, when I'm thinking about my goals, because I periodically do them, which we'll talk about in a minute, but when I'm thinking about them, I ask myself these 4 questions before I even consider them, like set them in stone. This is what I'm going to achieve. So you'll also learn the reason why you reach some goals and not others, and something you can start doing right now that will bring you closer to your goals. And then I'm going to show you also how to track your success, which is very important. It's a very important part of this whole process. And super excited about this, peeps. You're going to want to work with me. So I'll be making an offer of this training. It's the first time the opportunity to anyone there before. So I ever this brand new, you get this offer, you will get tremendous value from this webinar and real implementable, if that's even a word, action steps that you can go away and start doing straight away. And I really, really encourage you, if there is something that you want to achieve right now, please use this system. You have absolutely nothing to lose and so much to gain. So this is different because this webinar will basically give you the exact system that you need to be able to implement my goal hacking system. So it's like a step-by-step walkthrough breakdown of my entire process. And you'll leave this training 100% able to start hacking your goals today, or maybe tomorrow if it's a little bit late at night. And if you're already doing well, you're going to get new and advanced strategies to get even better results. So here's the problem that I'm going to try and solve for you here. So if this is you, if any of these resonate with you, do leave me a message in the chat box. So I do want to know that you're all in the right place here. So you make plans, you decide on what you want to go for, you try, you know, you put your best foot forward, you put all the effort in, and then things don't turn out as you'd hoped. Another scenario is you find yourself overwhelmed and straying from the path of your good intentions that you set yourself, a little bit like New Year's resolutions. You know, everyone starts with very good intentions on January the 1st, and then they go, oh, no, wait, I won't start January the 1st, I'll do it on the 2nd. And then, you know, like a few days down the line, they're still like a kickstart, or they've done like a few trying to taper off again, the old habits. But basically, if you're straying from the path of your good intentions, and then that leads to lack of focus, loss of mojo, because you're like feeling really down because, you know, like it's a bad situation that you're in and you're not achieving your goals, and, you know, it's just a bad scene, really, isn't it? And then you get despondent, feel like you're trying so hard and doing everything, and you're constantly questioning yourself, why am I in this situation right now when I'm doing everything that I possibly can? So hard, but nothing. And you just want to give us, you know, basically what's the point? And your current circumstances feel like they're preventing getting you where you need things like work, family, other obligations in your life. You know, like a lot of us use those as, I'll say excuses, but our circumstances to be the reason why we're not achieving our goals. And we need to strip that reason down, because otherwise you'll keep using it. So if that sounds like you, then here, Michelle is known for her mind reading abilities. That's what we're all thinking, bless. Lack of discipline, staying on track. Okay, I'm going to help you with that, Pia. I'm going to have the answer for you. Awesome. So this is what we're going to do. Does this sound like you? You want to be certain that you're not wasting your time. Okay, so we all set goals, and then we're like, but if I set this goal, how do I really know that I'm going to achieve it? You know, or is it just going to be a waste of my time, and should I be setting another goal? And then what happens is we get in this whole like over-analyzing our goals, like, oh, I don't really want to do it unless I'm going to achieve it, or there's some guarantee. You want to be able to reach any goal you set your mind to, preferably in this lifetime. Some goals, I remember some goals I've been working on for years, and they were like gathering dust in my little, you know, like to-do list. And I was thinking to myself, in this lifetime, is this ever going to happen? You want to feel energized and motivated to take action, even when you're like, oh. So that's something I'm going to help you with. And you need to feel crystal clear on what to do next, or nothing happens at all. If you're one of these people, it's like, unless I know exactly what I need, I can't, then, you know, this is something that you need help with. And if you answered yes to any of the questions, which I know you have, Diane says, this is so me. I'm in the office and need to jump for an impromptu meeting. Will there be a replay? Yes, there will. Diane, have a good day at the office. So if you answered yes to any of my questions, you're totally in the right place, and I'm excited this to share with you. So why should you leave? I think it's good if I give a story about this so you know where I'm coming from. So really, my goals did feel like I say, some of these, but they're the ones that were inside of my comfort zone. They were kind of what achieving. But I was constantly and consistently disappointing myself to reach where I was letting myself down and really not nailing them. I was looking for the answers everywhere and questioning why things weren't going my way. You know, like when I was striving so hard and putting all this energy and effort in, and, you know, like focusing on it, and, you know, it was just crazy. And I was just like, why aren't things going my way? Why aren't I achieving this? And then goal setting began to feel like a chore instead of a fun adventure. And that's, I think, where we start to let ourselves down. Because what we do is like we get into this cycle where it's like difficult, like it's not fun. And then why are we even doing this in the first place? I may as well lay on the sofa and watch Netflix, because that seems more right now than trying away at this goal. So to me, that's what it felt to me. And there were goals that I thought were so great to achieve that. Where am I going to do it? It's a discovery. So I realized the reason why I wasn't achieving those goals through comparing the ones I had achieved with the ones I hadn't. That was the first thing I was doing, because I really wanted, I'm one of these people, like if I don't know something, I will keep working at it to try and figure it out. So I kind of gave up on the goals, but then I kind of wanted to know why I wasn't getting them. So I implemented a few changes into what I would do before I set any goal and then after the goal. And I then became incredibly focused and would take the right kind of action towards making these things happen, which was a little bit of a miracle for me, actually. So I want to tell you now about my transformation since I made these changes and these tweaks. And don't worry, I'm going to share those with you now. But I can actually measure my chances of achieving a goal before it's even happened. So I can strategically create goals which are going to be worth the effort. That was a huge one for me, to actually create goals on a strategic basis rather than a random basis. Like, oh, that feels like something I'm interested in and I want to do. I no longer feel disappointed if I don't reach a goal, because I know the exact reasons why it didn't happen. And I could have predicted the outcome if I'd just done step one, basically. And it's not simply being unlucky. The reason you do not reach your goals has nothing to do with the fact that you're simply unlucky. I now have a systematic approach I take with every goal, which I call dual goaling, which is what I'm going to share with you in this webinar. And I have learned to have fun with this process and really enjoy it. And for me, it is fun, as opposed to being stressed out and losing sleep over it. So whereas before I was laying in bed, like racking my brains about, oh, shall I just give up on this? Or do I need to do something else? Or, you know, I literally just kind of like do my process. I wake up in the morning and I'm ready for the challenge for the day, because I'm doing something fun that I really want to work on. And I'm pretty confident, because I did my strategic thing beforehand, that I'm going to reach it anyway. So it feels like more fun, because you know you're going to get there. Even though it's still challenging, I'm not saying this is totally easy. But I do want to share with you some of the things that I've done using the goal hacking system. Like things that were really difficult for me to achieve before because of limiting beliefs and things like that. One, bottom left, is a lot of weights, amount of weight, actually. So that's me before and that's me after. Now, top left, I've got an community which has grown so fast. I would say in the last 12 to 18 months, mostly. But I've been consistently working online with VAs, but suddenly I decided to focus. That as one of my goals, was building my community and my awesome people that come to my webinars and sit with me, which is you guys, by the way. So I've actually, like, you know, literally like quadrupled my mailing list or tripled my mailing list, I would say, in the last year or so. I've also got an extra like couple of thousand people in my Facebook community and things like that. So that became a goal for me, to really expand and find more awesome people who want to do this freedom-based lifestyle, work online in the service industry. And I kind of feel like and it's still going, that's going goal. I've made a lot of finance. A screenshot from my Toshal account. As you can see, I started adding multiple income streams in there, getting income from clients. As you can see, primarily about half comes from clients, then ClickBank and commissions and digital products and things like that. So I've used it for a lot of financial goals, which again we'll talk about in a sec if you've got financial goals that you want to hit. I've used it to meet people that I've so desperately wanted to meet, like the awesome Pat Flynn, who's in this picture. I didn't get to meet Yaro Starik yet, but I believe it's very close. But I got to do an amazing event this year, also with the amazing Danielle Greason, who I've known years online her, and then I had this idea or this goal that I wanted to meet up with her and do an event, and then we ended up in Bali this year, which was incredible. For those of you, if anybody's in Bali, that was amazing. So many travel goals that I've used and that I've hit, including the Himalayas, riding on an elephant, Taj Mahal. I've been public speaking. There's me public speaking. That was just last month. So I had a goal to do more public speaking events, and then all of a sudden it's just started landing on my lap. I've been to I spoke in India and Portugal and Barcelona. That was me in Barcelona there. So I use this goal hacking system for all of these things. Like, there's nothing that I want to, like, when I go out and I want to achieve something, I just use this exact system, and it's so simple and elegant, but it really works. So it could be health related, it could be lifestyle related, travel, money, community, career, professional, anything that you want to achieve. But there's a really interesting twist to all this, which I'm going to share with you. It's your turn, by the way. I've done enough talking about myself. Okay, so I want to show you how to set and achieve any goal that you commit to. That's an important word. And most people think that they need to form a lot of good habits. So I was thinking to myself, like, I need to get all these good habits and make all these changes in my life in order to have lots of different changes. And to some degree, that's true. But the only habit you really need to master is the habit of achieving your goals. And then everything else basically inevitably falls into place from there. So that's day. I stuck that on my post, and my goal is to start hitting my goals. Excuse my French, but that was true. That's the only thing I focus on now, is getting into the habit of hitting my goals. So I want to give you a quick recap. So if you signed up this week at the beginning of this event, I would have sent you 3 blueprints for online business models. Now, even if you are not into the online business models, it gives you some indication of the first kind of step once you set your goal. You need some sort of generic idea of how you're going to move forward. This is why I gave you the blueprints. So I gave you a blueprint for a supporter business, which is kind of like going into the online service industry, work teams, supporting other people, that type of thing. I gave you a blueprint for an entrepreneurial business, which I call the One Sourcing Entrepreneur, which again, for a kind of business like I have. And then I gave you another blueprint, which is a really awesome thing that's coming out next year, which is my One Sourcing Business Blueprint, which is the blueprint that we use for our clients who want to develop digital product-based businesses. I've done all 3 of these myself. My business has progressed specifically in this direction. But I want you to take note of these things and notice on these blueprints, I've chunked them down into like 5 or 6 stages. So that's one thing. First tip is you need to chunk your goal down into 5 or 6, it can be 3. Sometimes it's 3, 4, 5, 6. But they're stages of like, this is roughly how it's going to happen. Very important. So whenever you set yourself a goal, give yourself a short 3, 4, 5, 6 step general blueprint for how you're going to achieve it. And these are ones you can away and use right now, or if you want to have a different goal, you can take away and do a different goal. But that's an idea of what the first thing you need to do is. So I gave those blueprints. But when you set the goal, you need to get very, very clear. Any entrepreneur, any successful entrepreneur, or a person who knows what they're doing when it comes to setting goals and achieving, will tell you clarity is the absolute single most important thing you can do if you don't have bother with the goal. And I truly believe that, because basically in right brain terms, it's a manifestation process. It's a belief process. It's all about attraction. It's all about how your thoughts and your feelings and everything and your visualizations are creating the reality around you. So if you don't have the clarity, then problem number one, the goal feels like it's going in another direction, when in actual fact, it's just a lack of clarity. So it's very clear, asking yourself these questions. The first is, you write down, first of all, what your goal is. So my goal is, okay? And then I would say at this stage, pick a traditional goal, okay? So this could be something like a financial goal or a professional goal. My goal is to start my business or something like that. But it's got to be really specific what you want to achieve. You then need to get down, I'll know when I know when I'm there, when this happens. So you need some way of being able to measure this goal. So is it going to be, I know where I'm there when I make 20,000 euro in 30 days or something like that, or pounds or dollars, wherever you are. So you have to have a very, very specific end outcome. Your goal cannot be, I want to be more successful. It cannot be, I want more, okay, because you could throw in the washing machine and that'd be more money. And this is the whole problem with clarity going on here. Or when specifically this has happened, okay? So that's the next thing you've got to write down. What does it actually look like at the end? This is possible because, okay, so this is another really important question, because if you don't consider it possible for you, it's not a goal that you need to start working on. You need to take a step back, like bring it down, go for something you feel is possible for you. And you've got to start things which are totally awesome about you. You have to think it's possible for me because I've got the skills, I've got the support, I've got the knowledge, I've got the friends that I need, I've got the equipment around me that I need, I've got the tools that I need, I've got the program that tells me what I need to do, I've got etc, etc. So you know what I mean? I've got the blueprint, I've got the instructions, I've got the determination, I've got the drive, you know, that type of thing. So everything that you could possibly think of as to why this is possible, note that down, okay? And next thing, it's jumpy in bits. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna turn off my camera, and then hopefully that'll improve your thing. Okay, so hopefully it's improved. And then the next thing you want to do, this is possible because, and it must happen because, and then this is probably the absolutely most important one of the whole thing. It must happen because if you can't come up with a must for this goal, you need another goal. I mean, this is how you eliminate this process. If you can't figure out why it needs to be a must for you, then really it's going to be very, very difficult for you to achieve it. Just reading in the chats. Yeah, so I've turned my camera off now, so hopefully it should get a little bit better for you guys. So hopefully you've all got that. Write those down. My goal is, I'll know when I'm there when this happens. This is possible for me because, and it must happen because. You have to find your must. If you cannot find your must, then there's a problem, which we're going to talk about now. Okay, so once you've done that, you need to assess yourself. This is quite an important part of the process. You need to ask yourself, am I interested or am I committed? I was on an interview the other day with a guy who's a digital nomad. I met him at DNX, the DNX event in Portugal. And he asked me on this interview, you know, what would you suggest that people do if they're interested in getting into this line of work, and they're interested in quitting their job, and they're interested in quitting the 9 to 5 and da da da. And my answer to him was to wait until they're committed, to not do it while they're interested. And basically that's because if you're interested, then that will not be the driving force that fuels the goal to be achieved. It's your commitment that will fuel it to be achieved. And everything as a result, everything around you right now is a result of the choices that you've made. So if you want different results, you have to make different choices. And really, those different choices will come because we're all creatures of habit. They'll come from your commitment to make those different choices, okay? And that will be your challenge throughout this whole thing of going through goals, is you're going to have to start making different choices to what you've been doing. And when people get into that mode, that's often the point where they're going into discomfort. And when you go into discomfort, that's when your kind of body clock says, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, and I don't know if I'm ready to commit to it, and things like that. And I see it happen a lot. A lot of people, honestly, believe that they're committed to something when in actual fact they're not. And they will tell you time out, I'm totally committed to this. I'm totally, yeah. You know, I've got a client like that right now. You know, he's like, yeah, I'm totally committed. You know, and then everything else under the sun comes before what he's saying he's committed to. So what you've got to do is really be totally and utterly honest with yourself. Am I interested, or am I actually committed? And will you wake up every morning and be fully present with this goal? Okay. So this is the prep work that you've got to do before you even get to start like moving into it, to actually setting it and moving forward. So this is all the prior work that you've got to do. And you've got to ask yourself, am I going to wake up every morning and be fully present with this goal? I literally wake up, the first thing I think about is my goal. The first action that I take every morning is the actions that I need to take towards my goal, towards looking at it, towards measuring it, to seeing how I'm doing, to seeing where I'm at, to thinking about what I need to do, to visualizing everything. It's all like literally when I open my eyes in the morning. Are you committed to that? Can you be committed to that? And again, this is when we say to ourselves, oh, but I got kids to school. I have kids, they go to school. And then we say, oh, you know, like, well, I've got to get to work and things like that. You just got to stop doing that to yourself. And you have to commit. And believe me, you're in control, which we're going to talk about next. But what you have to do, let's say you settle on your goal, okay? What you need to do is set another goal. And it's going to seem like you're giving yourself more work, but you're not. It's actually going to make it easier for you. So you do what I call setting a dual goal. So you set your professional goal or your financial goal or whatever, and then you set another one, which is either in the realms of physical, mental, or spiritual. I say this because it's a goal that will allow you to kind of better yourself, but it's also something you've got to be in control with. So you must create a new action to reach a new goal. So once you set your original goal, start thinking about other things that you want to do as a personal goal. Like for me, you know, like it was a huge thing for me to lose weight. It could be something like, you know, like I want to feel better. I want, you know, how you measure it could be like I want to wake up in the mornings and I'm not tired, or I want to have more energy, or I want to be able to run a mile in, you know, like a personal best time, something like that. So set yourself a dual goal. It might be something I want to learn to meditate. I want to climb a mountain, whatever it is, you've got to set another goal. And believe me, it's not going to make it harder. It's going to make it easier. I'll explain why. So the problem with goals is that a lot of us set goals which we don't have any control over. And when I say control, I mean like right now I have a glass in front of me. I can know for certain I can pick this glass up and I can take a drink, which I'm doing now, and I can set the glass down. I had complete control over that action. When it comes to money, I really have no control. I cannot make money appear the same way I can pick up my glass or my cup. So when we set ourselves goals which are uncontrollable directly, what we do is become a little bit despondent because we can't see any way to make it happen or to control it. So the reason why you set the control goal, which is your personal development goal, is so you can associate control with the uncontrollable goal. I'm going to try and explain this in the best way I can. So what I do is I say to myself, you know, like, I'm going to have this uncontrollable goal. Like, I want to bring in a certain amount of money in a certain period of time. And it has to be measurable, by the way. You know, it's got to be something you can specifically measure. Could be like something like volume of sales. It could be anything that is to do with a volume, like an increase in audience size or an increase in community size, an increase in client base, something like that. Nobody can actually go out and say, oh, I'm going to pick up 3 new clients today. Like, they go in the shop, go and buy them, and then bring them home. Okay, you can't do that. So you've got your uncontrollable goal, which is usually the goal that we wane on, like we're kind of like fading on, the goal that frustrates us, the goal that disappoints us. But you need to figure out a way to actually achieve that goal. And you do that by setting the control goal. So what you do is you have a control goal with something that you can control. This is usually, for me, something to do with weight, distance, or time. So that's how I measure it. So time could be, like I said, reaching a personal best while you're running or something like that. Something to do with distance, or like I say, my weight. So anything that I actually have control over. Now, I don't want anybody out there saying to me, oh, I don't have control over my weight, because you absolutely do. I was one of these people that made a lot of excuses over the things I could control. Like, I'm out of control. Oh, it's like, I can't do that. I can't do that. But it's so true. Anything that you can physically control. I can physically control whether I exercise every day or not. I can physically control what I eat, what I put in my mouth. Nobody's forcing the hand or the fork into my mouth. Nobody's physically doing anything to me. I am doing this all myself. I am 100% complete in control as to whether I meditate every day, as to whether I walk out of the house every day, as to whether I pretty much do anything, as to whether I book tickets online, as to whether I do anything. I have control over that. So you need to set a goal that you have 100% control over. Could be weight, could be exercise, meditation, anything you want to do. Could be affirmations that you do every day, anything. Set a second goal. So you have your uncontrollable goal and you have your controllable goal. 2 goals, okay? We're summarizing now. Both goals must be measurable. So my current goal is I want to earn an additional 1,000 euros a day over the next 50 days. And I want to complete my weight loss goal of losing 12 kilos in 50 days, okay? So that's an example. And then what you have to do is repetitions, okay? So you've got your 2 goals and then you start your repetitions. So on the uncontrollable goal, you've got your blueprint. So you know your steps, 3, 4, 5 steps. And then you do a daily visualization of the uncontrollable goal, okay? So wake up in the morning and I want you to just imagine and visualize for a few minutes, doesn't take long, that goal, you inside that goal and it being achieved, okay? This is the first thing you have to do on the repetition. And I mean every single day, because you are in control of that, by the way. If you do not do it, then you are not doing something that you are in control in. And if you don't do something that you're in control in, how can you ever expect the uncontrollable goal to happen when you can't even meet the goal that you do have control over? So this is why I want you to focus on the controllable goal. because you will associate it with the uncontrollable one. You will associate it with the constant affirmations that you do every single day that I'm in control of this goal. It will spill over and it will spread into the other goal. Simply the act and the focus of saying I'm in control of this goal, because they're dual goals. They're together, they're one. You do one, you hit one, the other will follow. So you do a daily visualization of the uncontrollable goal. So you have control over something that's uncontrollable. You then commit to the controllable goal. So whatever you need to do in order to lose weight or in order to get your personal best, whether it be running or swimming or something like that, you do whatever you're in control of every day. If you want to, it's like working a muscle. If you want to say to yourself, actually, I will be a better person. I know I'll be a better person if I learn how to meditate properly and learn how to switch my mind off and learn how to connect to my intuition and my instinct. Of course, that's going to help you with your uncontrollable goal, no matter what it is. So if you know that's going to help you, that can be your controllable goal. And every day you can commit, okay, what am I going to do today? I'm going to buy some meditations, or I'm going to find some meditations that I can do. I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to start with 5 minutes. And then I'm going to see what I can do from there. I'm going to go up a minute every day or something like that. So you set that controllable goal and you do it every single day. And just remember, that's the only thing that you really, truly have to commit to and do every single day. Because if you cannot commit to the controllable goal and do it, the uncontrollable goal doesn't really have a lot of hope. And then you take action towards what you can do today towards the blueprint plan. So the blueprint plan is for the uncontrollable goal, but you know, like roughly, these are my steps. So this is roughly what I'm going to do on today. And you focus only on the present day. And you do not think about tomorrow, and you do not think about yesterday. If you flunked yesterday, if it didn't work out as you planned, don't worry. It's all about today. It's all about, what can I do today? Am I doing something today? Am I committing to myself today? And you just do this repeatedly. And remember that control is a luxury. It's a 100% luxury, okay? Most people have the luxury of choosing what to put in their mouths every day. Most people have the luxury of choosing what they do with their body every day. Most people have what they need right now to be able to make a lot of money. You're sitting right now listening to this webinar on a computer, on the internet, okay? You have everything you need in order to reach your financial goals right now where you sit. And that is a luxury, because there's a lot of other people that don't have it. So what you have to do is, instead of approaching this as a chore, or, oh, I've got to do that, or I really want to eat a piece of cake and all I've got is a carrot, or, you know, like I really want to make some money, but then, oh, I've got to think about how I'm going to put this webinar together, or I've got to get that opt-in page done, or I've got to get my website ready. Okay, don't feel sorry for yourself for those things. Even if you're busy doing other things, even if you're busy and you're, you know, being pulled in different directions and things like that, it's about, are you committed? Are you committed to it? And when you commit to it, you've got to know that everything that you're in control of, everything that you do physically, mentally, emotionally, you're in control of it, and it's a luxury. So whenever you're doing everything that's like, you're feeling a bit like your mojo's gone and, you know, like, oh, I'm tired, I don't think I can do this today. I'm not saying push through and work hard and get it done. I'm telling you, tell yourself at that moment, but the choice that I have, whether to do it or not to do it, is a luxury. And I believe that it will flip around your mindset as to pushing through to actually achieve the goal. It is a luxury, even when it feels like a challenge. So the next thing we have to do is create a dual goal chart. This is paramount importance. I cannot tell you. I always have these charts. So what you need to do is, you can do this probably in a spreadsheet, but ideally what you want to do is get a big sheet of paper or a whiteboard or something, and stick it up in front of you. On the left side, you'll have your 2 measurable goals. So let's take the example that I did before for the professional goal is to reach 50K in 50 days. So on the far left-hand side, I would do 1 to 50, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, etc. on the left side. And then next to it, directly next to it, I would have my controllable goal. So let's say that's lose 12 kilos in the next 50 days. So again, from bottom to top, I would map out 1 kilo, 2 kilo, or half a kilo, 1 kilo, 1.5 kilos, whatever. So you've got a measurable left side of your plan or your chart, and it's measurable with your professional goal and your controllable goal, your personal goal. Your uncontrollable and controllable. Then along the bottom, you set the duration and the date. So let's say, for example, I recommend you only set goals that are achievable using this process within 30 to 50 days. Okay, so for me, I usually set 50-day goals. I would say set 30-day goals. It depends on what they are, really. But I would say make them between about 30 to 50 days. And it depends on the goal, it depends on the person, but around that ratio usually works best. So let's say we're doing 50 days. So you do 1 to 50 along the top, and then you set the dates for the actual period of time that you're going to be doing it. From the start date, from the date you want to start, right through 50 days to the end. So in both cases, left and bottom, you've got 2 things. I always do these in 2 colors. So like right now, like my uncontrollable goal is in green and my controllable goal is in red. And then you bar chart your progress every single day. Do not skip a day. There's no days off from achieving a goal, by the way. So even if you've not reached where you need to be, you actually still have to chart it every single day. So you start with day 1, where am I at on my goal? Like, you know, like for example, if this was a weight goal and a financial goal, I would first of all be checking my accounts every single day to see what money has come in. And then I would chart it on here. And then I would see where I'm at on the chart. If it was my weight, I would weigh every single morning. And I don't care what people say about, oh, you should only weigh once a week. I don't agree. It's helped me a lot more. I've lost a lot of weight, and it helped me really checking in every day and seeing where I'm at to keep me on track. So I would weigh every day. These are just examples of, you know, like what you measure. Let's say, for example, it's an exercise goal. You might say to yourself, well, you know, like every day I'm going to set my stopwatch and I'm going to go and run for the period of time that I do my stopwatch, you know, that type of thing. So you might want to clock up 100 minutes of running time in a certain period of days, that type of thing. That's your controllable goal. And that's the one you really have to focus on, because that's, you know, like once you do the visualization in the morning of your uncontrollable goal, then all you do for the rest of the day is really focus on the controllable one, but do what you can on the uncontrollable. Wait for the inspired action. If you're doing the controllable goal and you're hitting it and you know you can, it's almost guaranteed, because you know exactly what you need to do on that because you're physically in control of it. You should be able to start seeing the chart going in the right direction. So you add the measures every single day, review your chart progress every single day. And to me, it doesn't seem like too much if you're committed to something, okay? It really, really comes down to like, are you interested or are you committed? You know, if I'm standing in a tunnel, okay, and there is a bull running towards me, you know, am I going to be interested in running or am I going to be committed to running? I'm going to be committed to running. So whatever you do, just pretend there's a freaking bull chasing you and just do it. If I don't eat this carrot, the bull's going to get me. Okay, it's a little bit extreme, but there we go. And then what you do to wrap this all up, and I use this a lot, is you focus on the control goal. And a lot of the time, it's really awesome to do it with Post-it notes. So I have Post-it notes on my computer and near my chart and on my fridge and next to my bed. And they're not very attractive to look at, but they drive me through. So I put things like on there, like, am I interested or committed? So I can keep reminding myself of this. If you don't have these constant reminders around you everywhere, it's easy to forget, okay? You'll get to a point at some point, you know, like where it's just going to be ingrained in you. But in the interim, you need reminders. You need reminders like, I'm in control of my life. You need to ask yourself a question. Like, this is one that I ask myself all the time. Do I want to celebrate or regret? You know, I think to myself, when I set my 50-day goal and I know I'm in control of it and I know what could happen at the end of it, I'm like, wow, do I want to be celebrating achieving that, or do I want to be regretting that I didn't really bother, that I was only interested and not committed and I should have picked a different goal? Okay, I don't want to regret. I want to celebrate. So therefore, I ask myself every day, first thing in the morning, okay, today I'm in control. Do I want to celebrate or regret in the next 30 days or at the end of this 30 days? And this is why you set these shorter periods of time. And I always say, like, imagine 50 days from now, I'll be. And that's another great thing. If you're not used to visualization, ask yourself this question every day. So whether you set a 30-day goal or a 50-day goal, you know, in 30 days from now, imagine where I'll be. And then you just do. You ask yourself a question and then you think about it. You know, like, what does it look like at the end? Visualize it every single morning. Morning is the best time for visualization because you're still in that alpha theta state from waking up, which is the most absorbent time for your subconscious to take in new data. Like, okay, this is what she wants. And all I want is at the end of the line. And I keep telling myself that every day to keep me motivated, to keep me on track. All I want is at the end of this line. It's just a line. All I've got to do is get to the end of it and I'm in control. So I tell myself that a lot. And I also remind myself constantly that it's my choice. So I better make it a good one. So whatever goal it is, I'm always in choice. I'm always the one in control. So I better make it a good choice. I better make it a good day. And that's it. You check in with your progress daily and you do whatever you can and you do it daily. Okay, so what I want to do here is recap on everything that we've discussed. So you've learned how to get clear on your goal, okay? You've learned how to assess your ability to achieve it before you've even officially committed to it. You've learned how to create a control goal and then another dual goaling. So an uncontrolled goal and a control goal, and you always do them together. Never try and do an uncontrollable goal without a control goal. If you take one thing away from this whole thing, always remember that they come as pair. You've learned how to measure your progress and you've learned how to stay focused. That is everything that you need in order to achieve your goals. So now you basically have a choice if you're still with me. It's lovely to see you guys here chatting amongst yourselves. My lovely pregnant lady in here, Megan. So choice one is to take what you've learned and apply it yourself. And you can literally do that. You know exactly what to do now, how to set the goal, the things to ask yourself, what to do, how to chart it, how to stay on track. Or choice two, so I might consider this a smart choice, is to let me help you with your goals. So now, as promised, at the beginning of this webinar, I said that I was going to make you an offer. So this is what I'm going to go into now. And I kind of want to give you a gift. I've never done this before, and it's going to be really interesting and exciting for me. I want to do one-on-one private coaching in a half-day workshop where you get together with me and we'll use this unique goal hacking system to set you up to achieve a goal that you want to achieve. Now, it's going to be using the techniques and the methods and things like that. The first thing is we'll create a solid and achievable 40-day professional goal. I've picked 40 days because in that middle period between 30 and 50. We'll design a step-by-step blueprint plan for that goal, for the uncontrollable goal. We'll pick a solid dual goal to go alongside it. So this is going to require you to open up a lot to me about the things that you want on a personal level, you know, like the things that you want to achieve in terms of how you're going to feel better. And then we'll pick a goal. And what I'm going to do is really go through these 2 goals with you to make sure that they're really the right goals. Oftentimes, personally, I feel that when I'm talking with somebody else about goals, I'm going to be more honest about it with someone else, or someone else is going to give her a lot more honest opinion about how I feel about it based on my body language and how I'm speaking and things like that. So that's what I'm going to be looking for when we're talking about your goals and when we're actually setting them. We'll create a digital measurement chart together. So although we can't do it in person, this is digital. What you're going to have is you're going to have like a kind of spreadsheet type format. So what you can do is then you can go away at the end and like put it onto a piece of paper yourself if you want to, but it's really handy to have it pinned up somewhere where you can see it all the time. And we'll commit to a daily action over the next 40 days that you are going to be taking your control goal, you're going to be taking on your control goal, and then you can basically watch your goal achievement unfold before your eyes. Now, the normal price for this workshop is $497, and don't forget, this is not group, this is not collaborative, this is just you and me, one-on-one. But I want to share with you how you can actually get this for free, which is what I'm going to do right now. One-on-one. So I've put together for you something I call it a business goal pack, which includes my entrepreneur, my business, and my goal coaching, which I'll take you through right now. So inside this business pack, you'll have immediate access to the full One Sourcing Roadmap training for how I built my own 6-figure business. So if you're not familiar with that, that's all my programs and courses. There are 9 of them. And they basically will include my brand new One Sourcing Entrepreneur program, which is due for release in Q1 of 2018. And that's going to be updated ongoing, free of charge. You'll also have access to my brand new One Sourcing business program, which is also being released in Q1 of 2018. That's going to be free of charge, and that's going to sell for £1,000 as well. So you'll get that included completely free. And finally, you will get the goal hacking workshop, the private one-on-one workshop for free as well. So this is how you can get it for free. If you want to buy the workshop on its own, you can, but I want to tell you how you can get it for free right now. So here's what I will do, and this is only available on this webinar, by the way. So you'll have my One Sourcing business model that you can use with your existing clients or to develop a new VA business around it. You'll be the first to know about my cutting-edge online business development strategies from my One Sourcing business, the ones that I use with my clients to develop their digital product-based businesses. And this is the first time as well, the new program being released in Q1. It's the first time that I've ever actually shared the model that I put together for my clients. I've always taught people how to build their businesses and how to build their own service businesses and provide services, but I've never actually taught the entire strategy that we actually use inside Virtual Miss Friday with our clients, the one that I actually consult with my clients on. And what this means is you'll be able to follow a proven functional structure for serving your clients and helping them towards their big picture goals as well as your own. You'll also know exactly how to build a digital product business. This is the one I'm really excited about because it's brand new. I've not done it before. It's actually something that I'm going to be selling to digital entrepreneurs and business owners, but it's called the One Sourcing Business Program, and it'll show you exactly how to build and grow your own digital product business using membership sites and digital programs, which is what we do in Virtual Miss Friday. So you can use this to build your own digital product business or replicate the proven strategies and maintenance to start and grow your clients' businesses. So often online businesses never get around to making their first dollar. And if you've worked with clients for a while, you might have heard this from them. Like, I've had my business for a year and I've not even made $1, blah, blah, blah. But inside the business program, I'm actually going to be sharing with you the strategy that has never failed, not once, to generate income for a client from the first launch that we've ever done using that strategy. So imagine how powerful that would be for you to have a strategy under your belt, not just as a service provider, but as a digital business owner, where you can actually go away and say, for sure, I know this is going to make you money from the first launch if we follow these steps exactly as My friend Michelle has put them forward for us. And this will also give you the means to develop a long-term sustainable business for yourself and for your client, because all of my strategies are based on long-term business ventures. And here's how it works. You'll get the one sourcing system, which is developed for online service providers everywhere, at all different stages of their business, from startups to experienced providers. You join as an entrepreneur, and then you get taken into the dashboard, you watch a video, and that will give you your entry point into where you should be starting with the training. That you will have immediate access to, which is all of this entire selection of programs. There are 3 business programs that will teach you how to start up or develop the business and provide those essential mindset and lifestyle like traits and mentorship sections as well. You'll get the entire One Sourcing Business Blueprint and everything you need to begin moving forward straight away. This solves the issue of wondering where to start, what to do, and the best places to focus on to achieve your goals. And within these 3 programs, you'll have the complete business model and digital mentorship laid out in front of you, so there will be no more guesswork. You'll also have access to my 3 service courses covering admin, marketing, and creative. And they're designed to give you structure for the training and development of your core services online, so you can continuously grow and expand those in your online business. This means you'll have new services taught step by step at your fingertips, so you can take the framework, use it exactly as we use it, or adapt it to your own business. And then this solves the problem of not having the right knowledge and tools on hand to provide a streamlined and efficient approach to serving your clients. Therefore, you'll increase your profit margin and have an easily outsourceable solution for expanding and working out of your billable time. And then imagine with these 3 courses, you'll have a complete how-to VA service operations library, which you can access 24/7. And then finally, you'll have the 3 product courses as well. So these will help you set up basically downloads, multimedia membership sites for your clients or for yourself. You'll be able to quickly take an online business, an offline business online, which is a lot of what we do inside VMF, and provide new ways of repurposing a client's content or business knowledge into online products and services. And this solves the problem of running out of tasks and services to offer your clients, since there are enough ideas and creativity in there to keep you and your team busy with making the clients money month after month. So imagine with these 3 courses, you'll be able to expand the client's business into multiple different directions and revenue streams online, making you an essential part of the business wheel turning and consistently adding assets and value, which is a win-win for the clients. You'll also have access to all 6 of my guides, including how to move forward with projects, team building, launches, the Project Me guide, where I lost all this weight, which I'm going to share with you, the passive income guide of how you can start earning passive income in your business with our strategies that we use in VMF, the same strategies that kind of came out of all my goal setting. And also you'll get our system guides as well. Plus, you'll also have monthly one-on-one calls. This is a very, very recent addition to One Sourcing. It's literally just come out now, but you'll be able to access these calls every single month where we get together and we discuss One Sourcing. Not only that, these never stop. They're ongoing. They don't, like, at the end of the program or anything like that, they, you know, like, they disappear. So you can come in on these and really, really stay accountable. And as you can see from some of the faces in there, not mention any names, Megan and Martha, we have a lot of fun in these calls when we have a really good laugh. So this is really unique, because the One Sourcing business model, which I only teach here in Virtual Miss Friday, provides the most comprehensive in-depth training into virtual assistants in existence. And if you come to me with a more comprehensive VA training and support service, which has more results-driven testimonials, I will literally give this to you for free. Nobody's ever done that, by the way, but I've really been searching online for somebody who offers a more comprehensive structure. And this is really, really special, because this is the only training and support community that you're ever going to need to be able to achieve success in this industry. We're really, truly awesome, I have to say, and very, very supportive. And unlike most courses, you're going to get the One Sourcing methodology, which again is only available inside here, but you'll learn new skills, you'll secure clients, adopt a new way of living, embracing the freedom lifestyle, and providing services online. So basically, you'll be running your entire business on your terms. And this means no compromises, and you won't feel lost and have all the support you could possibly need. So your transformation, imagine 6 months, 9 months, a year from now, you could be sitting here in a very different place. In particular, if you really crack this goal hacking system that I've just been sharing with you, which is kind of like really key to this whole thing. Your business is profitable, you don't scratch around trying to make money, and you've applied these methods I'm going to teach you, and you've done all the internal work and you're reaping the ongoing benefits and rewards. And basically follow and take action on what I teach you, and you'll never need to worry about not getting paid, working with unappreciative clients, taking small jobs here and there, or feeling like things aren't going anywhere. And picture this, you've designed your business around one sourcing, you see how people change towards you, you hear the praise from satisfied clients, and you feel amazing because you've stepped into a business that makes so much sense for the clients and VAs too. And what this will do for you, it's going to make you a healthier, happier person, because it certainly made me that way. Your business becomes something that you really, really enjoy doing. There's no more struggling with the stress of trying everything and not getting anywhere. And it's the easiest and most structured way to achieve a successful online service business, to my knowledge. You can have the lifestyle you want and the business you love, and I can help you, which is what I want to do today. So the normal value of the entrepreneur is $5,997. That's completely not what it's going for today, by the way. You'll get the ongoing group coaching from myself personally, which is hosted by myself. You'll have access to Academy Pro for 6 months completely free. That's normally £37 a month. You'll have entry into my Black Book and my private Facebook community for One Sourcing. And you'll be a founding member of the One Sourcing Business Program, which is going to be selling for $997 in Q1 of next year. Plus, you get the one-on-one goal hacking coaching with me. So it's pretty comprehensive. You're really going to have no excuses. And remember, this is the same system, the same processes and strategies that I used to achieve all of these goals myself, and I'm still in the process of doing it. And believe me, this is tried and tested. I wouldn't come to you with this if I'd not been testing it for at least 2 years. That's why I'm pretty slow sometimes on the uptake of getting things out there. But, you know, like if I try something for 2 years and I know it works and I see it consistently working, then I'm ready to share with you. So this is a really, really very special deal. If you act now on this webinar, if you're watching the replay, sorry folks, it's not available anymore. But you'll get the One Sourcing Business for free at $997 and the Goal Hacking half-day workshop with myself personally is valued at $497. And it's just $2,997 for everything, for absolutely everything that I've just shared with you. It's $2,997 and you're set for life, pretty much. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere anytime soon, at least I hope not. And I dedicate myself to this stuff on a daily basis. I dedicate myself to using my business as a laboratory, as to working with clients, as to making their goals, as to experimenting. And I always share everything with you guys. I do not hold back. If I know it works, I share it. And you have access to that, direct access. So get started now, click the button on your screen. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. You'll get the 2 bonuses and it's the lowest price ever, especially with the One Sourcing Business Program, and let alone as well the free coaching that I'm offering. So imagine your results, because these are the results that I've had from VAs that are working with me right now and have worked with me. They've quit their jobs, they've bought their own homes. I mean, this is through their business, through their VA business. Became a stay-at-home mom, that's a big one for me. Double, triple, and quadrupled their income, grown their businesses to 6 figures, traveled the world, emigrated, become location independent, and so much more. It's just a small handful of the results that we've been seeing. And you really don't have to decide now, because you have a full 60 days to test this out. And if you're not loving a supportive, structured, and proven approach to running your online service business, simply send us an email. We'll get you a 100% refund, no questions asked. But I trust you on this, and I trust that if you actually apply yourself, you will make this work. But you have nothing to lose and a whole wonderful world of opportunity to gain. So imagine today you're getting the One Sourcing system, which will help you grow your VA business, help you create wildly successful clients that are going to love you and adore you. You'll get exclusive webinar bonuses like my One Sourcing Business Program, my Goal Hacking coaching, my easy to follow system for reaching professional and personal goals. You're saving thousands. You've got 100% investment guaranteed, because if you don't like it, you can get a refund. I'm sure you will. And all you have to do is click the button on the screen now to get started instantly. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate you for staying to the end of this webinar. I had such a blast sharing that with you. I'm so excited to be looking through your comments. But what I want to do now for you is I want to do a little Q&A. So if you want to save 60% right now, click that button. You're going to get over 1.5 grand in bonuses, and you have literally until the end of my Q&A to do that. So with any luck, I might be able to come back. Shall we see? I hope this still works for you guys. Let me know. I should be spinning around in front of you right now. When I'm back on your screen, do let me know in the chat. So, awesome to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Does anybody have any questions? If you have questions, let me know. You can put them in there now. So I'm going to check. Karen says, do you have information about the VA industry in Latin America? I only have information about the global VA industry because it's pretty much a global movement. So I don't say necessarily that there is a way to pinpoint anybody in any particular country. My clients are from one end to the other, including Latin America. So in order to figure out specifically what VA business is like in Latin America, I cannot imagine it's really any different to anywhere else in the world, unless you're specifically looking for Latin American clients, and I don't know what it's like there in that area. Nicola, how much studying daily would you recommend me? This comes down to what can you do in control of the situation? What could you potentially do? If it was up to me, I would say if you've got 8 hours a day to study 8 hours a day. You know, but you know, like you might have a life to build around. And this is why I wanted to do the goal hacking one-on-one coaching with you guys. I considered doing it as a group, but I really think it's more important for me to have that one-on-one time with you. So when we set this, I can really think to myself, okay, I've done something for you which is going to be achievable for you, to give you that confidence, to know that you can repeat it yourself again and again. Okay, oftentimes it's getting that, it's like getting out that first gate where like, you know, you've got the confidence because you've done it already. And then it's up to me really in the goal hacking coaching to be able to pick the right goals for you and pick the right action steps and give you the right blueprint. So really it's up to you how much time you want to devote to it. Jocelyn, how do you get your first clients? Oh, there are numerous ways to get your first clients, Jocelyn. There are various different ways you can find inside the entrepreneur. There's some in the shoestring. There's some in the apprentice. You can work on your mindset from the rock star to help you in more mental, spiritual, creative ways. If we're going to get into specifics, put yourself out there on social media, do videos, do outreach, contact people, focus on the clients that you're looking for, find them, go and ask for business, basically. From that point, then you start getting word of mouth referrals and things like that. Other people use tactics like going into groups, helping other people. It's not really a tactic, it's a way to make friends, but they go in, they help people on groups, LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups. They get seen that way. They get approached. You can also go down the entrepreneurial route of getting yourself onto podcasts, doing interviews, creating awareness about yourself and your business that way, sharing your expertise. You can even use sites like Upwork and Elance and things like that, just to mention a few. There are many, many ways you can get your first client. Eileen, a must could be my determination to quit my current job, right? Yes, but it has to be something like, okay, like let's say, for example, if you absolutely hate your job and it's a must quit it, you've got to be prepared. Okay, this is the difference between I'm interested or I'm committed. It's like you write a resignation letter, you set the dates that you're going to quit your job, give yourself a, you know, like you set yourself a goal, and regardless of whether you are in a position to do it or not, you hand that resignation letter in on that day. That is a must. That is enough fear up your ass, I'm sorry for the terminology, to actually make you push you forward to achieve whatever you need to achieve in order to quit your job. If you make that commitment. If you've got nothing loosey-goosey out there that's saying you must do it on this day, then there's no commitment there. You could potentially be in a position where you actually don't go ahead with it in the end, okay? Because it's too easy not to. So if you're going to do that, Eileen, I would say your must is it if it's the determination to quit your current job, the must is not the determination. It's okay. That's the difference. The determination is I'm interested in quitting my job. The must is on this day at this time, I'm going to write this letter and handing this letter in, and that's my job over with. That's the commitment. I hope that made sense. I hope that kind of like you figured out the difference between that. But if you want me to elaborate, I can. Nicholas said, may I get this offer by mail? This offer with the goal hacking workshop for free is not going out on email. This is the only time you can get it. As you're on this webinar, Nicola, contact us in support, and then we might be able to help out if there is some reason why you can't do it right now. Nicola also says, well, do I have a time for this if it started away? Goal hacking booked in. It will be booked in with my PA at a time that is suitable for you. It's a half-day workshop, so you'll need to set aside at least half a day. We're going to have breaks. Don't worry, I'm not going to work you too hard. But we're going to have probably 2 sessions, probably around an hour and a half each, depending on how well we're doing at the time, how much work needs done on you, and that type of thing. I'm high and dry and cut you off a little bit of extra time. So it's going to be booked in for a half day. And that will be at a time which is mutually agreeable. And I'm fine with doing it on weekends if you work, for example, or evenings and that type of thing. So it'll be booked in at a mutually agreeable time. Tracy, what a great webinar. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you on taking up your offer. Question. I already have many of this offer. Is it possible to, I think, a discount? If you, this is Tracy, then there's a possibility as you're on this webinar. So contact us in support. And then we'll take a look at what you've got, and then we'll see what else we can do for you that way, as you've already got some of the programs. So I hope this helps. So support@virtualmissfriday.com. Abby, wonderful webinar. Thank you, Abby. Can you do payments broken up over 3 to 4 months? You can, but that doesn't include the goal hacking. So if you want the goal hacking for free, you can actually buy it separately. But if you want the goal hacking for free, that's a one-time payment. But there is a payment plan that's going to be released tomorrow by email. If you don't get that link, contact me. But it's going to be on Forces Pack. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to be at the end of this webinar. Sorry. I have to change it at the end of this webinar. So the webinar, if you go to virtualmissfriday.com for access to payment plans, there is a 6-month payment plan and a 12-month payment plan as well. So Abby, I hope that helps, and it will be available at the end of this webinar. Jenny, how much in total is it? I got a bit lost, sorry. Okay, it's $2,997 in total. That includes all the 9 programs and courses of the entrepreneur, all the ongoing support forever and ever, amen. It includes the One Sourcing Business Program, digital product program that's coming out in Q1. It includes the new update of the entrepreneur coming out in Q1 of 2018. And it includes my goal hacking private one-on-one coaching half day where I'll get together with you and we'll have fun with your and it's $2,997. So, my darlings, I think, how are we doing here? I think that was all the questions. But let me know if you've got any more before I wrap this up. Oh, Martha's taking all my calls. Oh, that's true. My calls, and I love her to death. We've been 2011. She's doing really well. Living in España now. Support calls are amazing. Oh, thank you. We really do enjoy our supportive community here at Virtual Miss Friday, and it's not just me who supports them. I mean, all these VAs, like they find themselves accountability part of their own private groups. It's really extraordinary what this community does. I really need to blow my nose. I don't know whether you responded to that or not. I know that like a bunch of plants from Michelle because we believe in a program. Oh, thank you. Tremendous benefits, amazing community. It really is so much. They're so supportive. Loves the dual concept. Honestly, Nikki, it's amazing. Once you're seeing that chart, if your uncontrollable goal not where it needs to be, your control goal is, and your effort, attention, and your focus is always on, I'm in control, I can do this, because you set yourself a goal that you know you have over. And really, this many, you know, like my uncontrollable kind of can be a little bit flatline for what's going up like this. And all of a sudden, it's like everything shifts, because for a period of days or a period of time, whether it be 5, it might be 10, it might even be 15, but at some point your brain just flicks, and that manifestation process has come into play, and you're treating both your goals like you have control over them. It's extraordinary. Okay, Pia's got to run. Awesome. I think that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. I had such a good time with you. Thank you so much for staying on. If you have any questions whatsoever about this package, this business goal package, then please don't hesitate to contact us on support@virtualmissfriday.com. If you want the offer, go to virtualmissfriday.com/business pack. Right now, you have about 60 seconds left before we're ending this webinar and this offer. But I just want to say again, you've been so awesome. I love reading your comments, and I really, really appreciate your time. Take care, guys, and have a good weekend.